There. Oh, man. Fantastic.
Ah!
That was great.
How you doing,
Good
Carlo?
job. How are you?
I'm good. I just got back from a bike ride and can regain feeling in my hands, so that's a plus.
Now, when you say, do you mean, when you say bike ride, you mean actual bike or are you on
No,
your,
no, no, no. Sorry, I mean my elliptico.
which is
Which,
so great. You know what? Cheers to you, because I didn't know that an elliptico even existed until you, when you first said you bought one, I thought it was something like a stationary thing that goes in your garage. And, and then you took a picture and I was like, whoa, look at that. Okay, there we go.
highly, highly recommend it to anybody who can't run as many miles as they would like to. So it's fun.
Is that pretty much, is that the whole point behind the whole thing? Is just it's lower impact than running? Is that
Yeah,
the
I
reason
mean
you got
it's very similar. The motion is very similar to running, so it's kind of like an elliptical, except that you're like going up a mountain. And so I'm never going to be able to run like 100-mile weeks, even though I'd like to. So it just gives me extra way to explore.
it? Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. And is it I don't even know. Is it just single gear? Like there's no,
No,
just, it's like a regular one speed?
there's the one I have has 8 gears, so
Oh, okay.
it's not. I mean, it's not great. I get my ass beat by the cyclists going up mountains, but it's, I think
They
that
just kind of
makes
like
it a better
secretly,
workout.
have you seen another elliptical cycle out there, or is it just you?
Oh no, it's just me. And so I mean, I'm sure that there are others. I do hear so Rebecca Hammond is coming out to Boulder next week for a few
Okay.
weeks, and she is bringing her elliptico. So watch out, Becca Hammond and I are going to be cruising around.
Yeah. When you're going to Colorado, of all the things to pack, don't forget your elliptico, because
Exactly.
there's
I
going to
am
be an
looking
elliptico
for
gang.
more elliptico friends.
Well, see, there you go. Just do this alone. I'm sure you're going to find some now. That's great. There's probably some little secret Facebook group for Colorado elliptico riders, I guess you would be.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Runners, pushers. I don't know what the actual motion would be considered. Anyway, so
Right. We call it a bike. So it's a bike.
fair enough. Fair enough. So let's see. Let's see. I haven't talked to you really since, when did I see you? January, right? Is that when did we go to Evil Dead? Was that January?
Evil Dead. Oh yeah, January. I was like, yes, Evil Dead was January. God, that feels like
Yeah,
lifetimes
okay.
ago.
So I guess the last time I actually physically saw you, but
Right.
so for those people who don't know, you now live in Colorado.
I now live in Colorado.
Can
I
you
will
speak to
still be
that a
coming
little bit?
back. Pandemic, once that's over, I will still be coming back to the Bay Area once a month for work. So I'm still with Apple. That's like everyone's big questions. Like, do you quit your job? I'm like, no. I just
No.
was fortunate enough that they were allowed me to work fully remote, which was approved way before the pandemic stuff. Now we're all remote
Okay.
anyway, so it doesn't really work, or it doesn't really matter.
Right.
Yeah. So
Which is interesting. I wonder,
joining
like,
what
go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, joining every other athlete who's out here in the Denver Boulder area, though I'm not in Boulder technically, so I'm claiming to be outside of the Boulder bubble.
Outside of the Boulder, it's probably cheaper outside the Boulder bubble, isn't it?
It's what?
Cheaper?
Cheaper?
I mean, is that
Yeah, it's cheaper for sure, but it's also just
okay?
it's like I don't know. Boulder is great, but I kind of want it to be a little bit away from it. So
Awesome. So someone asked what you do for Apple.
I am an attorney doing super cool top secret shit I can't talk about. No, but I am an attorney and I can't talk about it. But yeah.
You do lawyery things.
What?
You can't.
I do
You're not
lawyery
privy.
things. I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're not privy to speak of the things that you get to lawyer about.
No, but here's the thing: is if I actually talked about them, people's like eyes would roll back in their head from boredom because it's
I
not
know, yeah.
interesting. I think
Exactly.
it's
I'm
like
already
people
getting
picture
there.
what I do and they think it's super cool, and then I'm like, it's not that cool. I promise.
Trust me, guys. Let's talk about something besides lawyering. We can talk about a lot of
Exactly.
things. Let's see. So I was thinking about this before I had you on here. Like I mean, obviously you've done World's Toughest Mudder, obviously, and Spartan, but you've never done a toughest Mudder, have you? The 8-hour or the 12-hour?
No.
Those kind of came along during a time when you were breaking yourself a lot.
Yeah. Those came around. The first year those came along were like 2016, and that was the year that I broke my femur, and then or was it 2016? Yeah, I don't know. So I was down for the count for injury for years, and for me it was almost like it wasn't worth even when I was healthy, it wasn't worth the risk of like 8 or 12 hours of beating up my body constantly, you know. But I've always wanted to do them. But part of me is just like, well, and now who knows? But part of me is like, I want 24 hours or I want nothing. There's no in between.
Exactly right. Well, there is. I mean, as of now, there's still one scheduled for Chicago in August.
Really?
Now you won't get any prize money out of that, but I'm
long past caring about prize money for anything.
That's right. Do you remember what was World's Toughest Mudder the last obstacle course race that you won some money at?
I mean, I won some Spartan races where there was like money attached to them since then, but in terms of like big paydays, yeah.
That's usually a pretty good one. Well, like, it was
2015, yeah.
Although Joe DeSantis says that there should be money that, well, I don't want to quote him directly, but that they said that if there's Worlds, there should be prize money this year. So that would be nice.
That's nice. I'll take it.
Man, what a rough go this year for those guys, right? It's like Tough Mudder, we're all like, oh no, Tough Mudder's gone. Tough Mudder's back. And then
World
back.
implodes.
Right. What a year to acquire your rival. Just like,
yeah, I was just like, because you think about like right now, there's so many companies going into bankruptcy right now. And it's funny that like we got Tough Mudder out of bankruptcy. Sorry. Spartan, they took Tough Mudder and got them out of bankruptcy.
Shareholder Amelia Boone event.
Yeah, right before this all hit. And now it's like, well, we're an event company and we can't have events. So yeah.
I know. I can't even imagine what that's like. Like I know they've obviously reduced headcount quite a bit. As I imagine you would have to do in a situation like this, but I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully sooner rather than later.
I mean, they did a virtual death race the other day, didn't they?
Yeah, that was
which I just was like, was a virtual death race just telling everybody to go do yard chores in their own front lawn? Was that what the virtual?
I was trying to follow it. Yeah, it was a little interesting. Are you doing that virtual run across Tennessee that Laz is doing?
Yeah.
Are you?
I am, but it's really, I'm just like running my normal mileage, and I'm not like, there are people who are running like 50 miles a day, and I'm like, no, this is just kind of it's pretty much just logging my mileage for the week. So
yeah. What is that? What does it look like? What does your mileage look like for a typical Amelia Boone week?
Right now I'm about like between 40 and 50 miles a week is normal for me.
Good for you.
So we're just gonna like hold it. Anytime I go above that, that's when I start to break down. So we're just gonna hold it there for a while. Yeah.
And that's on ellipticycle or on foot? I'm not judging.
That's running. And then on the days that I don't run, then I'm on my elliptigo sizing.
Elliptigo. That's a great name. So someone did ask, why did you move from San Jose?
San Jose sucks. So
you're not wrong.
Walter says that you're laying in bed.
For the record, I'm laying on my couch, but close enough. I was in bed right before this interview started, so that's good.
Yeah, shouldn't you be sleeping right now? Isn't this like your sleep time?
Yeah, in fact, I'm cutting my sleep time a few hours short today for this actually. But,
thank you, Carlo. I appreciate it.
Right. It's my Friday too, though, so I get to enjoy more of my day.
Yeah, there you go. I will ask that question. I struggled to find a community in the Bay Area. Actually, like I struggled to like find like I feeling like I fit in. And so, and I like
Okay.
for 4 years, I was just kind of like, I want to get out of here. I want to get out of here. The only thing that was like keeping me there was Apple. So it was kind of like, let's go build a community elsewhere. And I know a bunch of people in like Colorado.
Yep.
So though it's kind of hard to build a community when I'm not allowed to see anybody right now. So
that is kind of it's a Zoom community. Come on. Everybody's doing it.
right. It's the waving behind my mask community at the grocery store.
Seriously. So, okay, I'm going to ask you, this is one of those questions where if I was a talking head on ESPN, or if I was watching a talking head on ESPN, and they asked this question, I would totally hate it. But I'm like, I'll ask anyway. So,
Perfect.
Countless races and championships and all this kind of stuff, right? All these amazing victories and podium finishes and stuff.
Yeah.
Tell me which one is the one that you really like. That's the one that I'm like most proud of.
So the thing that I'm most proud of is actually like my biggest DNF, which was Barkley.
Oh,
Does
oh man. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
it does.
Yeah, I think that it's funny. Like, I think that like in terms of all of them, if it's like, maybe it's like picking your favorite child. I don't know.
Right.
Which apparently I've been told, I'm not a parent, but I've been told you shouldn't do.
That's what parents tell you that, like, yeah.
Or at least like
There's
don't
always
tell
one
them.
you're a little more like,
Yeah, or at
Now
least
it
like,
might-
don't tell them that you have a favorite child. So
they're not watching. It's okay.
there you go. But I think in terms of like all of the world's toughest mudders, I think 2014 was probably like the worst and the best. So
The sandstorm.
year. Yeah.
Yes, I was not there, but it's been well documented.
Exactly.
Actually, everyone I know, people I normally stay with, were there. Like, well, the Four Eyes guys and you guys. So,
Right.
and it's fun when you sit around everybody and everyone starts talking about like past WTM experiences or whatever, and then if someone brings up 2014, and I just kind of like just sit there and be like, because I wasn't there. So I'm like, oh yeah, I bet that was difficult. I bet it was windy. I bet there was sand in your face. Awesome.
The only year that I missed, so I was out, I clearly haven't run all the world's toughest mudders, but the only year that I wasn't there at all was 2018. So the first year in Georgia, was it?
Right. Yeah. Oh, when it was freezing ass cold.
And I
Yeah.
heard that was even worse, or like just
It was
the most
miserable.
miserable.
I was just doing coverage. That was the first year I did coverage, and it was, yeah, that was horrible because it was cold to start. It was like 45 degrees
Right.
when the race started, and it never got warmer than that. It only went down. Yeah, that was pretty cold.
No offense to Atlanta, actually, all offense to Atlanta. That venue just blows goats. So
I love that term, by the way. I use that term.
I don't know where it comes from. Who blows goats?
That's from Wayne's World.
Does it come from Wayne's World?
So in my Wayne's World knowledge coming through, when they get the interview on the radio with the radio DJ, they're so excited to go do a radio interview with.
Yeah.
And he's interviewing them and like totally not paying attention to anything they're saying. And they're holding up little signs, and one of them says, "He blows goats. I have proof."
Right. But is that where it originated? I don't know that.
Okay, that I don't know. That's where it came into my life. Now,
okay.
maybe that wonderful phrase.
I would give it to them. I would give it to them that it would originate there. So
I think that Mike Myers could come up with something like that, or Dana Carvey. Who knows?
Geniuses,
right?
I
They
know.
are, and now they're old. But that happens.
So are we.
I know. So I want to go back. You mentioned Barclays. Tell me a little bit about that experience, because all I know really, I mean, I know about the race. I've seen the documentary, but
Right.
as someone who's like had boots on the ground, if you will, what's it like?
It's pretty much the only time in my life that I ever thought I was really gonna die in a race. Because I was like, okay,
Really?
so here's the thing. I'm going out into the woods with only a map and compass. I don't have a phone. I can't have GPS. Nothing out there. If I get lost in the woods, I could like wander around here for days and die.
Forever. Yeah.
Forever. And it's happened. I mean, no, it's not, nobody's died, but it's happened. Like it's yeah, that's a good thing. But it's happened. Where people have literally wandered around it. Like Morgan, I think got super lost when she did it last year, and like they had to like hitchhike back. I think I don't know.
Morgan Mackay.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know she did it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so she did it the year after I did. I was I had broken my heel that year. I have a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
And but it is funny because like everyone's like, oh yeah, I want to do Barkley. You should do Barkley. Blah, blah blah. I still think I really want Ryan Atkins to do it. I feel like he would.
Yeah, me too.
Murder.
Yeah.
He would be phenomenal. There are a lot of people who would be phenomenal at it, but you like so it's just a different kind of race. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you want to do it again?
Absolutely. I mean,
awesome.
it was weird with it being canceled this year. And then so hopefully races will happen next year.
Yeah, right. Oh, it's funny. I've been after you for numerous years now. Of course, it's not our fault that we're injured or you're injured, but the Lake Sonoma 50, I was just noticing just today, they announced that they're doing the 50 on Saturday as always, but they're also doing 100K on Sunday.
Oh, nice.
This is for next year, by the way, for 2021. Because obviously there was no Lake Sonoma this year. So, so we need to get you to that race. We know the right people.
Now that I don't live in the Bay Area, it'll be funny that now that I don't live in the Bay Area, I'll actually probably come back to run it. So. Well,
now it's less accessible, so all the better reason to come do it, right?
Exactly. Right. So.
You have let's say I'm not the magician of pandemics, but let's say things start to lift within the next month or two. Yeah. Do you have anything on your schedule that you'll be doing?
The only thing I definitely really want to do is Spartan 24-hour at Killington. So
so that's your favorite. Is that one of your favorite courses?
Killington is my favorite Spartan course, and so when they were like 24 hours on Killington, I was like, fuck yes.
For me.
Yeah, though the part of me, the part that I fear is that because it's 24 hours, they won't actually take us to like the top of the mountain. It'll be like a shorter, condensed version, which would kind of blow. But I will do everything in my power, which I have zero power with Spartan anymore. I think they hate me. To make sure that we actually do like the full Killington Death March, because that would be rad for 24 hours.
Yeah, I guess maybe from a a safety standpoint or a staffing standpoint, as far as getting people up the hill for 24 hours.
Yeah, I think safety and staffing to have people up at the top of the mountain in the middle of the night. Right. So maybe they'll do like a day loop and a night loop. Who knows? That was
September, right? Am I got that right?
Yeah, mid-September.
Mid-September. So who knows? It's the mountain. The mountains in mid-September. You don't know what you're going to get, right? It could be beautiful. It could be miserable.
Right. Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. So and you don't. Yeah. We don't know. I mean, it's just it's tough with Spartan. I feel like it's going to be much harder to come back from all of this than trail running, for instance, just because everything is like high touch. Again, Joe DeSena doesn't give a fuck, so I feel like he would be one of the first people to be like.
Awesome.
So.
There you go. Okay, you're breaking up a little bit on my end. Oh, am I coming through okay on your end?
A little bit. I'm totally clear on mine.
Okay.
But I can't.
Let's see. Let's see how we're doing on time. Okay, good. Well, yeah, you're kind of. Oh shoot, this is a bummer. You kind of locked up on my side. So, I guess we'll wrap at this point then, because
stopping.
It's kind of. Yeah, it's a little broken up, unfortunately. But anyway, thanks for doing this, Amelia. We'll catch up with you sometime when our internet connection's better.
Because I can't hear anything.
All right, thanks, guys. All right. There we go.